Hey, welcome back to another episode of Lyrics Breakdown with me, David Bindon. So I am a professional lyricist. I'm part of the Nashville Songwriters Association, and I want to use what I've learned, what I have gained, what I've been given to help you guys become the best songwriters you can be. Right, today we're going to be looking into the song Let Her Go by Passenger. I covered this last week, so feel free to check that out too. I'm going to start off by telling you a story. So I used to live in Mozambique, Africa. We lived next to the beach, and one day we decided, hey, let's get up early and go and see it. I was tired, but the birds, they were already singing. They were already up flying around. So we walked down to the beach. The air was warm, and when we put our feet in the water, it was cool. And so we waded in, and we started to swim, and the sun was rising, the day was getting brighter. But underneath the water, there was a dark, bluey, greeny haze about it. And below was the beige coloured sand and the dark greens of the seaweed and the purple of the sea urchins. And suddenly, it was met by these small, bright fish swimming about this huge, colourful coral reef. And while we were there, we found these starfish. On the top, they were hard, but underneath, they were soft. They had these soft suckers, and we found that they would just stick to us. So we managed to stick 10 starfish onto one guy. Now, why am I telling you this story? This story, maybe you noticed, was full of contrast. Contrast is great for storytelling. Contrast is great for songwriting. There's something about contrast that we as humans notice. Our brains pick it out, and it helps us to focus. So that's why it's such an effective technique when you're songwriting. And this is what Passenger does in his song. So we're going to go straight into the first verse and look out for the contrasts. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. This is really clever. So what he does is he uses a contrast with light, weather, with roads and homes, and what's the other one? Oh, and high and low. These are words and concepts that we use in speech every day without even realizing it. You'll hear me saying this a lot, but it's common to us all, and that is why it's such a good lyric. In itself, it's not cliche, but it's common to us, so we attach ourselves to it. In amongst that, there's this repetition of let her go, and he actually sings it 3 times. So why is a repetition so effective here? Well, repetition catches our attention just like contrast do, but the contrast points now towards the repetition. It points to the message, he only knows he loves her now that he's let her go. This is how you can use contrast and repetition effectively. Marry them together and help them point to one another. And this is a perfect example. Passenger's Let Her Go. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember to like it, subscribe if you haven't, share it with someone who might benefit from it. Most of all, peace and stay creative.